Srimad Bhagavatam is the Krishna Bhakti Rasa, the mellow of Krishna Bhakti. Tate Veda Shastra hoite Parama Mahatva. It is the essence of all Vedas, all Shastras. Chari Veda Upanishade joto kichu hoy, tar ortho loya Vyasa korilo sanchaya. This is the last contribution of Srila Vyasadeva. Whatever there in 4 Vedas, all Upanishads, Vyasa collected all the essence of all 4 Vedas and Upanishads and compiled Srimad Bhagavatam. जीवेर निस्तार लागी सूत्र कइलो व्यास मायावादी भाष्य सुनले होय सर्वनाश. This Bhagavata is the Brahma Sutra Bhashya, the commentary on Brahma Sutra, and Vyasadeva is the compiler of Brahma Sutra. Vyasadeva is the compiler of Brahma Sutra, and he gave the Bhashya, he gave the commentary. So Bhagavata is the natural commentary on Brahma Sutra. But the Mayavadis, that Shankaracharya, the propounder of Mayavad philosophy, he compiled an imaginative commentary on Brahma Sutra, the Sarika Bhashya. Mahaprabhu, Sriman Mahaprabhu gives us this khasan, Mayavadi Bhashya sunle hoy sarvanash. Don't go to Mayavadis and don't listen to their commentaries on Brahma Sutra. Your bhakti vruti will be completely finished. जाओ भागवत पढ़ो वैष्णव स्थानी एकांत आश्रय करो चैतन्य चरणी. Therefore, one should go and approach a Vaishnava, Bhakta Bhagavata, which is an embodiment of Bhagavata, and study or hear Bhagavata from him. And ekanta ashraya karo chaitanya charani. Completely take shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What is the need? What is the need of taking shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?
What is need of taking shelter?
Yes.
Well, Lord Chaitanya gave us the example of how to be the devotee of the devotee.
Mm.
And
Yes.
chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Yes.
And the Yuga Dharma.
That's all right. In this respect, to understand Bhagavata, approach Bhagavata, what is need? Ja Bhagavata pado Vaishnava sthane ekanta ashraya karo chaitanya charani. Go and approach a Vaishnava, Bhakta Bhagavata, to study or hear Bhagavata from him, and completely take shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya. Then you'll be able to understand Bhagavata. Otherwise not. In what that respect, why it is so? What need of taking shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in understanding Bhagavata or approaching Bhagavata? What he gives?
What Lord Chaitanya gives?
He gives Krishna prem. Brahmara durlava prema sabakari jache. Even this Krishna prem is very difficult on part of Brahma to get, but he freely gives. Patita pamara nahi bache. He never discriminates. Without discrimination, whether he is qualified or not qualified, he gives freely. Prema bhakti jaha hoite avidya vinasa jate. We sing. When we offer worship to Guru, what we sing? Prema bhakti jaha hoite avidya vinasa jate. Your avidya, your ignorance will dispel if you get prema bhakti. Otherwise not. So that prema bhakti he gives. Freely gives. Mahaprabhu freely gives. Isn't it? So this will help you in dispelling your ignorance. And this Bhagavata is Bhakti Rasa Shastra, I say. First, Bhagavata Bhakti Rasa Shastra. It is a Shastra of mellow bhakti, Prem Bhakti. So he gives that Prem Bhakti. Then your ignorance will be dispelled. Otherwise, you cannot understand Bhagavata. Do you understand? And Krishna Tulya Bhagavata Vibhu Sarvasroy. Prati Shloke Prati Ukhyuri Nana Arthakoy. Srimad Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna. He is Krishna himself. Krishna Tulya, as good as Bhagavatam. Krishna. Prati Shloke Prati Ukhyuri Nana Arthakoy. In every verse, in every word, even in every letter, many, many meanings are there. Do you understand? So, how can you approach Krishna or understand Krishna?
by the mercy of the spiritual master.
Bhaktyahu ekvagrajya. Krishna says that. Only through bhakti one can understand me and approach me. No other means is there. You understand? No mang sadheti jogam, no sankhya, no dharma uddhava, no sudhyaya tapastyaga tatha bhakti mamurjita. 11th canto. Krishna says this thing to Uddhava. Huh? Jatha bhakti. Only by bhakti. No jnana, no Vedic study, no tapasya, no sankhya, no dana, nothing will help you. Only through bhakti. Jatha bhakti mamurjita. You understand? Similarly, bhaktya bhagavatam rajyam na buddhya na satikaya. Lord Shiva says, is Mahajan. Only through bhakti you can understand Bhagavata. Otherwise, na buddhya na satikaya. You cannot understand Bhagavat by dint of your material learning, scholarship, intelligence, merit. Na satikaya. Even taking help of the commentaries given by famous commentators like Siddhar Swami, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Madhvacharya, Baladev Vidyabhusana, Srila Jiva Goswami, many commentators are there. They have given so many commentaries on Srimad Bhagavatam. So if someone may think, yes, I am a Sanskrit scholar, I can read those commentaries, so I can understand. Srivaji said, no. Bhaktya bhagavatam rajyam na buddhya na satikaya. Only by bhakti. Only by bhakti you'll be able to understand Bhagavata approach Bhagavata, not by your material scholarship learning, not by taking help of these commentaries also. Do you understand? So, that Prema Bhakti Mahaprabhu gives freely. So it helps us. Ekanta Asraya Kara Chaitanya Sarani. Therefore, complete text of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then we can understand. Approach of Bhagavata, otherwise not. Do you understand? Bhagavata jena mane se javana sama. Tar shastra se janme janme prabhu jama. One who doesn't accept Bhagavata is mletsa and javana. He will be punished by Jamaraj life after life. You understand? So we accept Bhagavata, we develop taste for it. And Nitya Bhagavata Sevaya, daily activity. Every day's activity. Every day one should go and approach a Bhakta Bhagavata to listen and study Bhagavata from him. Then, Jasyang Vaisruyamanayang Krishne Paramapurushe Bhakti Rutpade Punsa Soka Moho Vayapaha. Only by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from the right source, one will very easily develop Krishna Bhakti, as a result of which all his material fears, lamentations, and delusions will completely finished, destroyed. This is what. All right, let us come to the test. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevayo. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevayo. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevayo. Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, chapter 9, text 43. Naibod bije paro duratya vaitaranya. Tadabhir jagayana mahamritamagna chitta. Soche tato vimukho chetaso indriyartho. Maya sukhaya bharang udvahato vimudhan. Naibod vijay paradurastaya vaitaranya tad virjagayana mahamrita magna chitta soche tato vimukha chetasa indriyartho maya sukhaya bharam udvahato vimudhan. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. O best of the great personalities, I am not at all afraid of material existence. For wherever I stay, I am fully absorbed in thoughts of your glories and activities. My concern is only for the fools and the rascals who are making elaborate plans for material happiness and maintaining their families, societies, and countries. I am simply concerned with love for them. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. throughout the entire world, everyone is making big plans to adjust the miseries of the material world. And this is true at present, in the past, and in the future. Nonetheless, although they make elaborate political, social, and cultural plans, they have all been described herein as Bimudha, fools. The material world has been described in Bhagavad Gita as Dukkhalayam Asaswadam, temporary and miserable. But these fools are trying to turn the material world into Sukhalaya, a place of happiness, not knowing how everything acts by the arrangements of material nature, which works in our own way. Prakriti kriyamanani guni karmani sarvasa. Ahankara vimudatma karta huiti manyate. Bhagavad Gita. The bewildered spirit soul, under the influence of the three modes of material nature, thinks himself to be the door of activities that are in actuality carried out by nature. There is a plan for material nature, personally known as Durga, to punish the demons. Although the Asuras, the godless demons, struggle for existence, they are directly attacked by the goddess of Durga, who is well equipped with 10 hands with different types of weapons to punish them. She is carried by her lion carrier, or the mode of passion and ignorance. Everyone struggles very hard to fight through the modes of passion and ignorance and conquer material nature, but at the end, everyone is vanquished by nature's law. There is a river known as Vaitarani between the material and spiritual worlds, and one must cross this river to reach the other side or the spiritual world. This is an extremely difficult task. As the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 7:14, Daivesa gunamayi mama maya durasya. This divine energy of mind consisting of the three modes of material nature is difficult to overcome. The same word durasya, meaning very difficult, is used here. Therefore, one cannot surpass the stringent laws of material nature except by the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Nonetheless, although all materialists are baffled in their plans, they try again and again to become happy in this material world. Therefore, they have been described as Bimudha, first-class fools. As for Prahlad Maharaj, he was not at all unhappy. For although he was in the material world, he was full of Krishna consciousness. Those who are Krishna conscious, trying to serve the Lord, are not unhappy. Whereas one who has no assets in Krishna consciousness and is struggling for existence is not only foolish, but extremely unhappy also. Prahlad Maharaj was happy and unhappy simultaneously. He felt happiness and transcendental bliss because of his being Krishna conscious. Yet he felt great unhappiness for the fools and rascals who make elaborate plans to be happy in this material world. मनुष्य जन्म पाया राधा कृष्ण ना भजिया जानिया सुनिया विश्व खाइनु. मनुष्य जन्म पाया राधा कृष्ण ना भजिया जानिया सुनिया विश्व खाइनु. Getting human birth, which is known as Durlabham Manusam Janma, is known as the rarely achieved birth. Durlabha Manus Janma, human birth is rarely achieved. After undergoing lakhs of species of life, labdha sudalam yidam bausham bhavante, manusyamarthadam anityam apiyadhira. After undergoing lakhs of species of life, one gets this birth. Human birth is rarely achieved. The purpose of this birth is what?
To make one's life perfect so that you can go back to the spiritual world.
Manusya marthada manitya dhira is arthada. Human birth, arthada. Arthada means in this birth, a human being can achieve the fifth Purusartha or supreme Purusartha, that is Krishna Bhakti, Prem Bhakti. That is. Do you understand? This birth is meant for that. Those who are sadhus, bhaktas, sadhus like Prahlad Maharaj, they see that Durlabha Manava Janma Labhya Sansare Krishna na bhajinu dukha kahibu kahare. This fellow has gotten such human birth, which is rarely achieved, but is not doing Krishna bhajan. Huh? Not doing Krishna bhajan. The sadhu sees the misery and unhappiness here. Getting such human birth which is rarely achieved, but is not doing Krishna bhajan. Manusya janma paya Radha Krishna na bhajiya. Janya sunya bisho khainu. Willfully he is drinking poison. Getting human birth, not doing Krishna bhajan means willfully drinking poison. Do you understand? Sadhu says like this. One is sadhu, is bhakta like Prahlad Maharaj. He says, so Prahlad Maharaj says this thing. My concern is only for the fools and rascals who are making elaborate plans for material happiness and maintaining their families, societies and countries. I am simply concerned with the love for them. One should develop love for them. Really, they are in pitiable condition. Getting human birth, those who are engaged in this material enjoyments are making elaborate plans for material happiness and maintaining their family, societies and countries. One who gets pleasure in seeing a woman's dance on the stage. One who gets pleasure or gives pleasure to his palate, killing an innocent animal and eating its flesh. Drinking liquor, one who thinks that I am Indra. I am Indra. Do you understand? I am the king of heaven. Do you understand? One who is very much addicted to this liquor, when they drink it, they think, oh, I am Indra. Do you understand? He says that. Really, sadhu, she is such pitiable. They are in such pitiable condition. So much suffering. But a fool, a rascal cannot understand that he is suffering. Thinking himself, I am Indra. Getting pleasure in seeing the women's dancing on the stage. And killing innocent animals and eating their flesh. Gives pleasure to his palate. And thinks that I am enjoying, I am happy. He is in fool's paradise. Fool's paradise. Such a person. Sadhu says that really he is suffering. He needs really mercy of the sadhu. Do you understand? Sadhu sees misery here. And these people are suffering. These human beings are suffering, but they cannot understand that they are suffering. They are not conscious of it. They are not conscious of this. So, Prahlad Maharaj says, my concern is for these fools and rascals, for making elaborate plans for material happiness, maintaining their families, societies, countries. I am simply concerned with love for them. One who has developed love for Krishna, he loves everybody, every living entity. Mami Bansa Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Jiva, living entity, is my eternal part and parcel. You understand? One who has developed love for Krishna, he loves every living entity. Because it's part and parcel of Krishna. You understand? Unless you develop the love for Krishna, you cannot love anybody. You cannot love anybody. Do you understand? Because everything and everybody, every living entity, all are related to Krishna. They are eternal. He is eternal part and parcel. So how can you love? Prahlad Maharaj is such a devotee, has developed love for Krishna. Therefore, I am simply concerned with love for them. This is question of love. Do you understand? They are suffering. Here, in the purpose Srila Prabhupada says, throughout the entire world, everyone is making big plans to adjust the miseries of the material world, and this is true at present, in the past and the future. Nonetheless, although they make elaborate political, social and cultural plans, they have all been described herein as mudha, vimudha, fools. The material world has been described in Bhagavad Gita as dukhalayam, asasvatam, temporary and miserable. But these fools are trying to turn the material world into sukhalayam, a place of happiness, not knowing how everything acts by the arrangement of the material nature. They are trying to make this dukhalaya sukhalaya. Material world is dukhalaya. Dukhalaya asasukam, temporary and miserable. But these fools and rascals, they are trying to make it sukhalaya, enjoyable place. The place, this is a miserable place. They are trying to make it enjoyable place, pleasurable place. It's dukhalaya, trying to make it sukhalaya. Do you understand? Especially here in this West, all the material scientists, they are carrying on so many researches every day by day. So many researches, so many inquiries going on. How to make this dukhalaya sukhalaya, the miserable place, pleasurable. And this unhappiness, where there is unhappiness, how to get happiness here. Do you understand? So many things they are doing. Still, they don't know. They are rascals, fools. They don't know this. They cannot make it. They cannot turn it sukhalaya, this dukhalaya. The miserable place is pleasurable. If it would have been like that, so Supreme Lord, who is the creator, he would have created like that. Isn't it? He would have created like that. Why it doesn't do so, or why it didn't do so? And you are trying, the fools, to make it sukhalaya. This is dukhalaya. So, Prahlad Maharaj says, they are fools, bimudha. They are fools, they don't know. Those one who is a real sadhu, like Prahlad Maharaj, Bhakto, he knows this thing. And he really feels very sorry. So, Prahlad Maharaj, I am really concerned. I am really concerned. What do you say? Simply concerned for these rascals, fools. I love them because they are eternal part and parcel of Krishna. This is my beloved. Love and beloved. Understand? Here also you'll find fourth canto of Bhagavatam, many places this has been said. Arthendriyartha vidyanam sarvartha pannavo nunam Bransito jnana vijnana jona visati mukhyata. Fourth canto, 4:20-33 verse says, Arthendriyartha vidyanam sarvartha pannavo nunam Bransito jnana vijnana jena visati mukhyata. Those who are always engaged in this human society for earning money, brighter than sunshine, sweeter than honey. Those who are always engaged in earning money and utilizing that money in their own sense enjoyment, do you understand? They are great fools and rascals. Thereby, they are destroying that Param Purusartha. Do you understand? Supreme Purusartha or fifth Purusartha. Thereby. Do you understand, Maharaj? The human life is meant for that. The achievement of that Supreme Purusartha, Param Purusartha. But those who are engaged in earning money and utilizing that money in their own sense gratification and enjoyment, they are destroying that Purusartha. This verse says, when a human being becomes devoid of this transcendental jnana, knowledge and bhakti, he gets a birth of tree and mountain. That means he gets sthavar joni. Do you understand? Sthavar joni. Sthavar joni means covered consciousness. We have 5 levels of consciousness. Abruta chetana, sankusita chetana, mukurita chetana, vikachita chetana, purna vikachita chetana. Covered consciousness, sunken consciousness, budding consciousness, blossoming consciousness, and completely blossoming consciousness. The first one is covered consciousness, abruta chetana. Those who are in sthavar joni means this passage of trees and mountains. They are in that level of consciousness. Do you understand? Abhuta Chetana, covered consciousness. So this verse, 420 to 30 verse says, when a human being becomes devoid of jnana and bhakti, knowledge and bhakti, he gets that birth of a tree or mountain. That means is degraded to that lowest level of consciousness, that's covered consciousness. Because he abused the opportunity given to him in human birth. You understand? In human birth, the opportunity has been given out to the human being how to achieve that highest level of consciousness is known as completely blossoming consciousness or complete Krishna consciousness, Purna Krishna Chetana. But he abused it. You understand? Therefore, he is degraded to the Sthavar Joni, the birth of trees and mountains, hills. Do you understand? Also find in that fourth canto, 24th chapter, 66th verse. Pramattam uchchair iti kritya chintaya prabruddha lobham vishayesu lalasam tanga pramatta sasabhipadyase khyul lelihan vahiriva khyum antakaha. The famous verse here. This is Shivaji says, it's Shivaji statements. Oh Lord, in this material world, all these fools and rascals, they are engaged in trying this dukhalaya or sukhalaya. They are making many plans and projects. Many plans and projects to convert this dukhalaya into sukhalaya. Miserable place as pleasurable. They are mad. Pramatta, pagal. They are always engaged in doing this or doing that or making such plan and such project, this plan or that project, to do this or do that. So many ways. So mad. They are so greedy persons. They have developed such greed for material enjoyment. They are toiling hard like asses. Day and night toiling hard like asses to make this dukhalaya, sukhalaya. But you are giving them a very good lesson, teaching them a very good lesson. You destroy all their plans and projects. Do you understand? You destroy all their plans and projects. Example is given here in this verse. Khyul lelihan ahir ivakhu antakaha. That means, as a snake very easily catches a rat and devours it. Similarly, you catch up these false rascals, the mad false rascals, those who are making so many plans and projects to make this dukhalaya, sukhalaya. You catch up them and destroy all their plans and projects. Daiva hatartha rachana rushayopi deva jusmat prasanga vimukha yahasansaranti. The 10th canto will find this is statement of Brahmaji. Ahaniya aprutartha korona nisi nisayana nana manarthadiya khanabhagna nidra daiva hatartha rachana rushayopi deva jusmat prasanga vimukha yahasansaranti. These fools and rascals, throughout the whole day, they're toiling so hard like an ass. Do you understand? Engaged in so many activities, materialistic activities, for earning money and utilizing that money in sense enjoyment. Do you understand? They're toiling hard. Ahanya apratartha korana. Nisi nisoyana. The whole day they're toiling hard, so many ways. Some may be pulling the rickshaw puller, and some may be sitting on what is that, misal, and become judge. Do you understand? In very comfortable seat. Huh? Uh-huh. He has become judge. Do you understand? In court, high court or Supreme Court judge, or some occupied and the seat of the president of the state, like George Bush or like that, prime minister. Anyhow, all are toiling hard. Do you understand? Some is doing kuligiri, rickshaw puller, maybe. And he is also toiling hard. One who has been seated in that position as president of the state or prime minister of the state, all are toiling so hard. Like for making this dukhalaya, sukhalaya. But Daivahata Rachana, Rusayopi Deva, Jusmat Prasanga Bimka, Yosun Saranti. Ahani Apratartha Karana, Nisi Nisoyana. Whole day they are toiling so hard, and when the night comes, it's evening, the night comes, they return from their field of activity to take rest. But they cannot sleep. They cannot sleep. Nisi Nisoyana. They spend sleepless nights. They cannot sleep because so many materialistic thoughts are haunting their mind. How can they sleep? Nisi Nisoyana. Nana Manartha Dhiya Kshano Bhogno Nidra. Many, so many materialistic thoughts are haunting. So many plans, so many projects, so many activities. Oh, that plan is there. That project is there. I have to do this thing. I have to do this thing. Like such a plan, how there will be better economic development, how the poverty will be completely finished. So many thoughts, material thoughts, materialistic plans and projects. So their mind is haunted with all these thoughts. How can they sleep? Bhagavatam says, Nana manartha dhiya, khanobhogna nidra. By chance, if some little slip comes, still it breaks. You understand? They have collected so much black money. They have put it in the bank, their bank balance, thinking of that thing. So government tries to take it away. Do you understand? And dacoits, thieves, they also come. This person is a very wealthy person, has accumulated so much money or wealth, let us go and thief. Do you understand? Steal it. So he's afraid of that. He's afraid of government people. He's afraid of thieves, dacoits. So by chance, there's some little slip, it breaks. He has kept Alsatian dog to guard, to watch over his material assets. The dog barks, bow, hey, the cat come. Hey. He cannot sleep. Do you understand? Nana manartha dhiya khanobhogno nidra. Nana manartha dhiya khanobhogno nidra. He cannot sleep sleepless nights. These people go to doctor to get sleeping pill. Yes, please give me some sleeping pill. I can sleep. Isn't it? Some statistics. One who has collected some statistics says, especially in this West, so many people, they use this sleeping pill. If you collect it, then one day, so much sleeping pill is consumed, used, that it will become collected and put it in one place, it will become a Himalayan mountain. It says statistics. They cannot sleep. What sort of life they are leading? They can't sleep. Nana manartha dhiya khanobhogno daiva hatartha rachana rusayopi deva jusmat prasanga vimukha yosan saranti. They make so many plans and projects, but oh Lord, you destroy, break all these plans and projects. You get the statistics, all plans and projects are running loss, especially in India. Many 5-year plan, 10-year plan, 20-year plan, so many plans, projects they are making. Expert plan makers, very expert. They are making very expert. Expert plan makers are engaged and making so much statistics. All plans fail. All running loss. Why it is so? Because Krishna is the supreme sanctioning authority. Anumanta. Unless he sanctions, nothing can come out successful. And here it says, this verse, Shivaji says, Kyullelihan ohiriva kyuantakaha. Oh Lord, you catch up those mad plan makers and destroy all their plans as a serpent or snake very easily catches a rat and devours. You catch up them and break all their plans and projects. Daiva hatartha rachana ruseyopideva jusmat prasanga vimukha sansaranti, he said. Also in Bhagavad Gita, Daiva eva panchamam, 18th chapter Bhagavad Gita. Huh? 5 factors are there. Huh? What is that verse? 5 factors are there, and 5th factor is Daiva. Huh? Adhisthanam tatha karta karanam cha prithobidha vividha chesta daivam eva cha panchamam. These are 5 factors. Huh? First thing is adhisthana, that means a field of activity. It's nice, favorable field of activity you have got. Tatha karta, one axe, door. Do you understand? It's very expert worker. Nice, favorable field of activity is there. Expert worker is there. Karta. Then karancha vividha. Prithak vidha. Karancha prithak vidha. He acts through different instruments, and all instruments are very nice instruments. Very nice, workable instruments. Then prithak vividha chesta. Different ways. Is making endeavors and try. All these things you have. But Daiva evartha panchamam. Fifth factor is Daiva, providence, the Lord. If He never sanctions, in spite of all these nice things, all your plan projects fail. Daivam evartha panchamam. He is this ultimate sanctioning authority, Hanumanta. So this verse says, Oh Lord, Shivaji says, Oh Lord, you break all their plans and projects. Jusmat prasanga vimukha yasansan. By such things they may elevate themselves by this manipulation. They may elevate themselves up to the place of a demigod or become a Muni. Do you understand? Philosopher. But Jusmat prasanga vimukha, if they have not developed interest and attraction to your katha, your nectarian katha, all their fools and rascals, all their plans and projects are destroyed and they fall down from their such elevated positions. Yahasansaranti. That is what. So, these persons, they are so fools, such pagal, such madmen, they don't know that this material world is dukhalayam, asaswatam, is a miserable place and temporary. It cannot be pleasurable. It cannot be turned into an eternal place. Here, they aspire for occupying the position of, what is that, the king, chief minister, president, or also occupying the position of Indra, Brahma, do you understand, or Shiva. They have such aspirations here in this material world. Do you understand? Still, they cannot understand. Ruseyopi deva, jusmat prasanga vimukha. Whatever, maybe a demigod, but if he doesn't become interested and doesn't develop taste for your nectarian katha, he falls down. Of course, we find here, these people are the scientists, material scientists, they are trying their best to make this dukhalaya sukhalaya. As a result of which we also find something they have done. They have created so many nice skyscrapers, nice roads, nice means of communication, like trains, cars, aeroplanes, and newly types of aeroplanes also. They are very fast going. Everything within 2 hours one may come from London to New York. They are also trying all these things, doing something. But what is the result? Have they come out successful in solving this problem of birth, death, and old age and disease here? This dukkha in this material world? In spite of all these things, do you understand? They cannot. Because this is the nature of this material world. Supreme Lord has created this material world in such a way. It's dukkharaya. It's not sukharaya at all. If Supreme Lord would have thought of like that, no, I'll create a very pleasurable place for these jivas, he would have done so. Why he doesn't do so? Is it impossible on his part? Can't he do this thing? He can do this thing. But why didn't he do this thing? Why doesn't he do this thing? One should think of this thing. But these fools rascals, they cannot think of this thing. Rather, they are engaged in this thing. Acharya says, those are sadhus, mahajanas, great, they are devotees of the Lord, those are, what do you say, perfect vision, transcendental vision. They see, what is this? This temporary dukkhalaya sasvatam, this temporary and miserable place is like an inn. Do you understand? Inn, Panthanivas. Here are so many inns, Holiday Inn, Amka Inn, so many inns also are here. In olden days, you see, when there were no such scientific development, means of communication. Even in 500 years in India, there were no such things. Mahaprabhu was doing Padjatra. Still now, we do Padjatra in such days. We want to, yes, this is very nice, chanting Hare Krishna and walking. So nice Padjatra, you see. Mahaprabhu was doing Padjatra. I had gone to Puri, Jagannath, my place, birthplace, by walking. People are going at that time by walking, doing Padjatra, they are going to Jagannath Puri. They never take help of any this train, bus. It's better to go, chant Hare Krishna and go and stop. When there is evening, you stop there and just spend the dark night anyway, 4 hours, 5 hours. Anyway, you spend, chant, and always thinking when this dark night will be over, that bright sun will come out, sun will rise, I'll catch up my road to Purushottama Dham. Do you understand? Whole night. They are thinking like that. They are not sleeping and snoring. That take rest in some inn, Panthanivas, inn. Do you understand? All right, this dark night has come now. We cannot walk now, move now. Let us spend this dark night 4 hours or 5 hours in this inn and just wait for that bright sun to come out. When that bright sun will rise, we'll catch up our road to go to Purushottam Dham. Do you understand? But he is a fool, he is a rascal and fool who, taking rest in an inn for few hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, lodges complaint against the innkeeper. Oh, you have not put a nice bed here, a Dunlop cushion here, so many books are here, I cannot sleep. He lodges such complaint. He is such a fool and rascal. You are only spending this dark night anyhow 4 hours or 5 hours and you are complaining against it. Do you understand me, Maharaj, what I say? You are complaining. Only for few hours, just spending this dark night. Anyhow this dark night be finished. Let that bright sun come out. I am a traveler. I am going to Purushottam Dham. I will catch up my road and go. Do you understand? It's like that. Spending days here in this material world is like that, spending a night in an inn. Maika Jagat, illusory world. This is illusory world. Manifestation of the material energy, illusory energy of the Lord, Maya hoy ondhokar. Krishna Surya Sama, Maya hoy ondhokar. Isn't it? Maya means, illusory energy means, is darkness, ignorance, is darkness. Do you understand? So, it is such a place. As long as you are here in this illusory world, you should think that I have just to spend, anyhow, spend this dark night and waiting for that bright sun to come up and catch up my road to Purushottam Dham. Why you are so much engaged and attached to this temporary asaswata dukhalaya in material world, which is like compared to an inn? And you are lodging complaint against the innkeeper who is the creator of this inn, that is Supreme Lord. You have not made such nice arrangements here, O innkeeper. Not put very nice bed, Dunlop cushion. So many bugs are there biting me. I cannot sleep here. I cannot enjoy here. It's such fools, rascals, God, madmen, isn't it? They are complaining and the lodging complaints against the innkeeper. That means those who try to make this dukhalaya, sukhalaya, this temporary world permanent, miserable world or pleasurable, they are lodging complaint against the creator of this world, the Supreme Lord. Isn't it, Maharaj? They are like that. So pagan. They are madmen, they are rascals, definitely. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj says, I am concerned for these fools and rascals. Because he knows, what is this? This temporary residence. This is a dark place, dark night. As if we are spending a dark night. We are spending a dark night in an inn. And we must await for that bright sun to come out, because we are traveler. We are going to Purushottam Dham. That is, therefore my Guru Maharaj says, go back home, back to Godhead. You are such traveler, your destination is that. That is the destination you have to reach. But now what we are doing? You have developed so much attachment to this inn, dark place, dukhalaya, miserable place, and trying in so many ways, making so many plans and projects to convert this dukhalaya into sukhalaya. Such a fool. How can you do it? The creator of this world, one who is creator of this world, if you would have thought of like that, he would have created it like that. Why didn't do it? Why doesn't do it? And you are trying to convert it. Such a fool and such a rascal, such a madman. Do you understand? That is stated here. Bhaktivinoda Thakur also said, is Mahajan. The more you try to make this miserable world pleasurable, you cannot do it so. Do you understand? The more you do, the more you will be bound up to this material entanglement. More and more you will be bound. More you do, more you try or make effort to convert this dukhalaya, sukhalaya, more you will become bound up. You cannot get, what you say, nirdosha, sukha or pleasure which is free from contamination. Whatever sukha or pleasure is here, it is mixed. Is mixed. Misras. Whatever is a little, as Bhagavad Gita says, Jehi Sanspada Bhoga, Dukkha Janaya Yevate, Adjantavanta Kauntaya, Natesu Ramate Buddha. Do you understand this verse? Jehi Sanspada Bhoga, Dukkha Janaya Yevate, Adjantavanta Kauntaya, Natesu Ramate Buddha. This material sense enjoyment, Sanspada Bhoga, that is derived through sense perception, sense enjoyment. It is Adjantavanta. That means temporary, it has its beginning and end. Fleeting. It's fleeting pleasure, fleeting happiness. And outcome is unlimited misery. Dukkha jonoya. Outcome is unlimited misery. Not Esura, Mate Buddha. One is real wise, real intelligent. He never runs after this. He knows this is not at all happiness, not at all pleasurable. This outcome is unlimited misery. Is it a very nice thing? Whose outcome is unlimited misery? We'll run after it. We must run after which is outcome is all blissful and pleasurable. Do you understand? Not Esura, Buddha. One Buddha, wise, intelligent, he never runs after. But you are such a fool rascal, you are running after this. And he said, Mahajan says, Sadhu says, Shastra says, however development, material development you may make here in this material world, you cannot turn it into Sukhalaya. Cannot turn this Dukhalaya into Sukhalaya. You cannot make it, spotless, nirdos, without any contamination or defect. This defect is there. The soup who is the creator, he has created this place as such. You understand? This Panchabhautik, Panchabhuta, that is said. Panchabhuta, 5 Chit of Teja Marada Bhema, 5 material elements. They are material elements. Material means abhava sankalpa. It is always defective. It's not perfective. Whatever scientific development, advancement you may make, you cannot make this material world perfect. It's always defective, defective, defective. It's the nature of this material world, this subha. Kasmin kale, in any time it cannot become perfect. It's always defective. This is the nature of this material elements. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, and here what Prahlad Maharaj says, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that thing. How mad these people are. They cannot understand what blunder they are doing, what mistake they are doing. How ignorant they are. They cannot think of the inconceivable potency and power of the Lord. They cannot think of this thing. So, this material world, the creator of this material world, that all-powerful Supreme Lord, who is Jagadishwara, who is the master of the whole universe, who is well-wishing friend of all living entities, Shrudam Sarvabhutanam. Why he put us in such a place, which is Dukhalaya Saswatu? He is our well-wishing friend. Why put us here? Why? That is a question. Very important question. One should think it up. He says, I am Shrudam Sarvabhutanam. I am the only well-wishing friend of all living entities. So why he put us here in this material world, which is Dukhalaya Saswatam, which is a place of misery and unhappiness and temporary place. Why? Why he put us? How he is our well-wishing friend?
He's trying to correct the living entity.
Yeah. He tries to correct. Do you understand? You have committed some mistake. You have committed some crime, isn't it? What is the crime you have committed?
To try to enjoy separate from him.
Yeah. To lord it over this material world and enjoy it, which is the property of Krishna. Do you understand? And you try to lord it over his property, saying that is my property. I am the proprietor. One who has property is the proprietor. Have you any property? Krishna is this only proprietor, sole proprietor or supreme proprietor, because everything is his property. Everything is his property. He is the proprietor. You have no property, nothing. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Amar bolite Prabhu ar kichu na. Oh Lord, there is nothing here that I can say belongs to me. Is there anything that belongs to you? Have you any property?
I have some things that I use for Krishna's service.
That is your property? Are you proprietor? Huh? I am not proprietor. Do you understand? I have nothing. I have no property at all. Krishna is the only proprietor. Huh? Do you think this your body is your property? Huh? Is body your property? And are you the proprietor of your body? Huh? This body is his property. He is the proprietor of this body also. Huh? He is the proprietor of myself, my soul also. Isn't it? Atma. I belong to him. I don't belong to me. Do you belong to you, yourself? Huh? Everything belongs to you. Huh? Bhaktivinoda Thakur Mahajan says, Astra says, Prahlad Maharaj here says, everybody says, all sadhu Mahajan, they says, Amar bolite Prabhu ar kichu na. There is nothing here that I can say mine. Everything belongs to you. But these pagal, the rascals, the fools, here Prahlad Maharaj says, I am simple concerned. These fools and rascals, they think it belongs to me. I am the monarch of all I survey. They say so. This country belongs to me. Do you understand? Beginning from this house belongs to me, home belongs to me, the family belongs to me, wife belongs to me, children belongs to me, that wealth belongs to me. Then this country belongs to me, everything belongs to me. I am the monarch of all I survey. Such crime you are committing, such you are a criminal. Do you understand? You are a criminal. You are trying to lord it over Krishna's property. Therefore, you commit such crime. So, you need punishment. A crime, a criminal needs punishment, so criminal is put into prison house. So, Maya Krita Karagar, this material world is a prison house made by Maya. Do you understand? Durga. That Prabhupada said here. There is a plan for material nature, personal known as Durga, to punish the demons, punish these mudras, rascals. She is inflicting punishment on you. Janma mrityu, jara vyadhi, dukkha dosanu darshan. These are the punishments inflicted by Durga, material nature, birth, death, old age, and disease. Because you are a criminal. Do you understand? The criminal deserves that thing, punishment. So you are put into this material world, which is a prison house, and such punishment is being inflicted on you. So as long as you are here in this material world, you should understand this is a prison house and this is a place where only punishment is inflicted. Dandasthan. Do you understand? So why are you developing so much attachment to this unhappy, miserable world, and which is like an inn? So for few hours, for short period you are here. This is not your place at all. Do you understand? Not your place at all. You are Mami Vansa Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatano, eternally my part and parcel. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha. Krishna is Sachid Anandamaya, Sanamaya, Chinmaya, Anandamaya. Full of eternality, full of knowledge, full of bliss and pleasure. You being his part and parcel, you are also Sanamaya, Chinmaya, Anandamaya. Do you understand me? You are also full of eternality, full of knowledge and full of bliss, but in a minute part. Because in minute part, so why you are here, which is completely opposite. It's not Sanamaya, it's not full of eternality, this place, it's temporary. Asastatu is not Jnanamaya, it's a dark ignorance, filled with ignorance. This is dark place. Jnana means light, effulgence. And ignorance means darkness. Veda says, what Veda says? Come out to the light. Why you are in the darkness? Tamasoma jyotirgamaya. Tamasoma Jyotirgama. Don't be in the darkness. Come out to the light. So why you are in dark night, dark place? Do you understand? Such a place. And miserable, dukhalaya, not sukhalaya. No bliss, no happiness, no pleasure here. Complete opposite. Do you understand? So you should understand this is not your place at all. You have some place. Do you understand? That is full of eternality, full of knowledge, and full of bliss. You must always, you must be very, I was feel unhappy, so much distress. Why am I here? Why have I been suffering here? It's not my place at all. How can I go back home, back to Godhead? In the language of my Guru. Huh? Instead of doing that thing, you are trying to live here eternally and trying in so many ways how to convert this dukhalaya into sukhalaya. Such foolishness, such rascaldom. Do you understand? A sadhu sees this thing, like Prahlad Maharaj, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, but you should understand this thing as a result of our crime and criminal mentality. We have been put here and such punishment is inflicted on us. How to get out of this prison house and go back home, back to Godhead. Do you understand? And that Supreme Lord is merciful, is the ocean of mercy. Paramadayal, supremely merciful. He comes here as he is our only well-wishing friend, Sruhudan Sarvabhutanam. He comes here to this material world. He appears here with his dham, with his paraphernalia, with his devotees, and manifests his transcendental leelas here. Do you understand? Manifests his transcendental leelas here. Why? For what purpose? Yes?
Attract the
Yes.
to attract the souls to him.
Yes. You cannot understand that leela. Can you understand a conditioned soul? Can a conditioned soul understand the transcendental leelas, pastimes of the Supreme Lord? He cannot. No, not at all. What fully? Not at all. He cannot. Still Supreme Lord comes here, appears here, descends here, and manifests his transcendental leela. For what purpose? Vikridita Vrajabadhu Viriduncha Vishnu. Do you understand? That verse is there in 10th canto. Because he is our well-wishing friend, Sruhuda, he always thinks of me. We have forgotten him. We are not thinking of him, but he has not forgotten us. Do you understand? He is Sruhuda, he is a well-wishing friend, he is our Supreme Father. He has not, very affectionate Father. He has not forgotten us. He is always thinking and feels pain in his heart. Oh, they have forgotten. They are engaged in such materialistic activities and have been suffering and suffering and suffering. So how they can revive their such consciousness, forgetfulness? Mayabadha jiber nahi Krishna snuti gyan. Jibere kripaye koile Krishna Veda Puran. First thing. They have completely forgotten. They have completely forgotten Krishna. Do you understand? No remembrance there. For first thing, he did this Veda Puranas. Do you understand? Essence of all Veda Puranas is Srimad Bhagavatam. Now it is said here. Do you understand? Then what is said in Veda Puran, a conditioned soul cannot also understand. It should be understood in Tattva. Isn't Janma Karmam Same Divyam Evam Joveti Tattvataha Tektva Deham Punarjanma Noiti Samangeti Arjuna. 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita says. It should be understood in Tattva. Therefore we say we have two types of consideration. One is apparent consideration, other is Tattva Vichar, absolute consideration. Not apparent, it's always condemned. So how can one understand in Tattva? Therefore Guru. Shastra Guru. Atma Rupe Apna Ke Janam. Krishna Mor Prabhutrata Jiver Hoy Gyan. So he does such things. First he gives his Veda Puranas, then to impart Tattva Gyan, what is stated there in Veda Purana should be understood in Tattva, therefore Guru. Do you understand? He is bona fide representative. who is Chaitya Guru in the heart, he assumes a body and appears here as the Guru. Jame Vaisya Brunute Tena Labhyas Tasis Atma Vibrunute Tanu Swang, Kathopanishad says. So Guru, he comes. Guru is his representative. Guru comes. Sadhu Mahajan, they are gurus. Vaishnava is Guru. Teacher, he comes here. Anugrahaya charanti bhavyani bhutani janardanasya. Out of mercy, out of affection, causeless mercy, they come down here. Sadhus, Mahajanas, Vaishnavas, Gurus, they come down here. Do you understand? Huh? Because these forgetful souls, they have forgotten and have been suffering life after life. So they come here to impart this Tattva Gyan, that is their Daya. So one should take shelter of the bona fide Guru. Then sadhimang sisapeham sadhimang tam prapannam. Oh, Vaishnava Thakur, I accept you as my spiritual master. I completely surrender myself unto your lotus feet. Prapanna, please impart this Tattva Gyan sadhimang. Do you understand? Then, by his mercy, you can understand what is stated there in Veda Purana. Otherwise, you cannot understand. So Srunuyad Varnayedja, that sadhu, that Vaishnava, he speaks about the Supreme Lord Krishna. He speaks about his transcendental Leela. Do you understand? Vikridita Vrajavatu Virinincha Vishnu. How he comes here, manifests his Rasa Leela here, dances in a Rasa dance with gopis, Radharani. Do you understand? He speaks. If you hear this transcendental Leela Kahani from the lips of such Vaishnava, such sadhu, then api hinotyasu hrudrogo kamo. Your heart disease will be cured. Do you understand? What is that heart disease? Natural kamo, this lost. Lost is your heart disease. This lost will be cured. This heart disease will be cured. If you hear such transcendental Leela Kahani from such Guru Vaishnava sadhu, so he comes, manifests his transcendental Leela. It is for your good. Otherwise, you cannot be cured of this heart disease you lost. Trying to lord it over this metal nature and enjoy it. Do you understand? That is why he does so. Do you understand? So those who are sadhus, mahajanas, they really feel pity for these rascals, those pagal, mad persons, those who are always engaged in making this dukhalaya and sukhalaya, making so many plans and projects. Do you understand? The more you make material advancement, more your bondage will be tighter and tighter and tighter. Why are you making your bondage tighter here? You are not thinking of how to get out of this prison house and go to that all blissful, eternally blissful, enjoyable, where you really have transcendental enjoyment there, engaged in loving service of Krishna. Do you understand? You are not thinking of that such food. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj here says this thing. I am simply concerned with love for them. When Nrsimhadev offered liberation, he said, no, I don't want liberation. I don't want to leave this place. He says, I am fully absorbed in thoughts of your glories and activities. My concern is only for the fools and rascals who are making elaborate plans and material happiness for maintaining their family, society, their countries. Unless they are delivered, I won't go. Do you understand? What love, compassion he has for these suffering souls. That's really sadhu. It's really sadhu. Whose heart bleeds. Paradukhe dukhi. Vaishnava paradukhe dukhi. Isn't it? Whose heart bleeds? These people here says, hey, we are making so many nice plans and projects for you, for your enjoyment. For your enjoyment, for your happiness, for your pleasure, for doing away with your poverty. You are poverty-stricken. We are making such nice plans for economic development. Thereby, you'll get enough money. There will be no poverty. You'll enjoy. Are they not fools? Are they not mad persons? Huh? If you search water in a desert, can you get it? It's a desert, there is no water. Isn't Maharaj? Huh? You'll find mirrors there, which looks apparently like very clear water. It's mirrors, isn't it? Looks apparently like clear water, but you're running. Oh, you are so thirsty now. Huh? Weary traveler, traveling in the desert, such scorching heat of the sun is there. Huh? Is now throat parched, so much thirsty. Oh, yes, there is such very nice sparkling water there. So I'll go and drink it and satisfy my thirst. Running. The more he runs, the more that mirrors goes. He cannot get water there. That's such a fool. You are searching happiness and pleasure here in such dukhalaya, sukha. Do you understand? The sadhus, mahajanas, those of these perfect visions, they see it, they say so. And Prahlad Maharaj says, my concern is only for these fools and rascals for making our plans of material happiness, maintaining family societies. I am simply concerned with the love for them. That no difficulty for me. I am fully absorbed in your thoughts of your glories and activities. One who is fully absorbed in the glories and thoughts of Krishna, he is not unhappy. He is always with Krishna. Do you understand? He is always with the Krishna. He is always. Tesang saptajuktanang bhadatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam jena mangupadanti te. 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Those who are constantly attached to me, thinking of me, doing my bhajan with priti, with love, I give them intelligence, pure intelligence. How that is bhakti yoga, buddhi yoga, my Guru Maharaj, how they will go back to me, back to Godhead, to that place. So though they are here, they are not unhappy. They are not unhappy. We are completely absorbed in thought of that Supreme Lord Krishna. Prahlad, I am not unhappy. I am concerned. Thank you. Any question? It's our journey. Flying. Mountains were flying. They had wings. Then so they're flying. When they sit down, so many cities, so many villages, so many living entities are crushed. So Indradev, with his thunderbolt, cut off their wings. So they are now in one place. They cannot move. Do you understand? They are living entities, yes. That verse says, those who are always thinking of earning money, brighter than sunshine, sweeter than honey, always engaged in earning money and utilizing that money in their own sense enjoyment, they get this birth, Sthavar Joni. They get this Sthavar Joni. That I quoted that verse, 4th canto. Do you understand? They take birth as a mountain or tree. Covered consciousness of consciousness. Abhuta Chetana. Do you understand? Also, Raya says that thing when Mahaprabhu asked, Bubukyu mumukyur gati. Ki hoy? Bubukyu mumukyur gati. Do you understand, Maharaj? Bubukyu means those who are after material enjoyment. And mumukyu, those who are after liberation, merging, is sadhuja mukti. What is that destination? Gati. Deva deha, sthabara deha, dohankara gati. Ramanand says, those who are after material enjoyment, they may get demigod's body. Because they will do some punya karma. Those who do some punya karma, they are elevated to the demigod's planet, they get demigod's body and get much enjoyment there in female planet. And mumukyu, those are mumukyus, those are after liberation, merging into the Brahman effulgence to become one with the Lord like that. They fall down from that Brahman effulgence and take birth as Sthavar. Sabarjuni, this birth of mountains and hills and trees. Do you understand? This is their destination. Do you understand? So they are living entities, yes. So, do you understand? Any more question? No? Hare. Madmen, fools, rascals cannot understand this thing. Though they are suffering, still they cannot understand, and they are not conscious that we are suffering. We are suffering, isn't it? Rather thinking we are in fool's paradise. Yes, we will convert this dukhalaya, sukhalaya. Yes, we will convert. We're trying, making many plans, projects, so many inventions, so many discoveries, isn't it? Huh? Still they are not conscious of it. Such things, such carelessness is there. Huh? He's suffering, but he still cannot understand he's suffering. So Prahlad Maharaj said, I am concerned with these people. Really, I love them because they are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, to whom I love. This is the true love. Yeah. It's the light here. How can it? उलुक नहीं देखे उलुक ना देखे देने सूर्य गिरा देखिया ना देखे देने अभक्तर जन उलुक ना देखे देने सूर्य गिरा यानी अभक्त non-devotee, he can see how Supreme Lord is here. Though he is here. Isn't it, Maharaj? All right, if you can't see, come to the temple and see. It's bigger. It's non-different from it, isn't it? Still he cannot say, oh, idol. You are idol worshippers. You are worshipping idol. He will say like that. Can you see? It's beautiful thought. So though sun gives such light, till owl cannot see. You understand? Similarly, you have eye, and unless you cry for that light, how can you get it? Though light is there, though light comes. You understand? That should be there. Otherwise, it will never. You cannot see it. It cannot come to you. Isn't it, Maharaj? The crying should be there. Just spend the dark night, a few hours here. But you have developed so much attachment to this place, dark place, and lodging complaint against the innkeeper. You have not made nice arrangement here. No nice bed. I cannot eat. I cannot smoke. I cannot stop. How long to stay here? Few hours. So to solve so much things, plans, so much projects, so many such fools. Isn't it? Rather, is not crying in his heart, oh, when this dark night will be ended, when that bright sun will come out, I'll catch up my road. Or Purushottam Dham is not thinking of this thing. Such foolishness, such rascal, such pagalpan hai. Madness is here, isn't it, Maharaj? It's madness, pagalpan hai. So, Prahlad Maharaj is so kind and concerned for these people. Out of love, he loves, because he loves Krishna. So they are part and parcel of Krishna. They are engaged in such madness, such rascals. How they can be delivered? This is the Vaishnava's heart, sadhu's heart. The heart really bleeds. isn't it? Who cries? Whose heart bleeds? The Vaishnava sadhu's heart bleeds. These rascals, they don't cry, but sadhu cries for them. Huh? Isn't it, Maharaj? Huh? Really, they are suffering, but they cannot understand they are suffering. Such carelessness. Huh? Such carelessness. Thinking we are in paradise, fool's paradise.